Growing up African, growing up Nigerian, man, y'all know like the punishment. Like if you do something bad at home, just know that you're going to get beaten. That cane.
Yeah, did it work?
We're not talking about if it worked today. We're just talking about what happened to us, okay? Mm-hmm. That cane is waiting for you. Oh my god. Hey guys, it's Esiri and welcome back to my YouTube channel. How you doing? Carson has not been in for like the last 2 to 3 videos.
I've been on vacation.
Yeah, he took time off YouTube.
Yeah, well needed, much needed rest from YouTube.
Correct. But anyway, guys, today we are back with another video, and this is gonna be like very similar to what I did in my last video, which is like African parents kinda. But as you've already seen from the title, anyways, we're gonna be talking about growing up white versus growing up African. I didn't want to say growing up black because growing up black, like there's different, like, what am I trying to say? There are different black people all over the world.
There's different white people all over the world.
Yeah,
but... What do you mean, yeah, but? Wow.
You know what? Let's just imagine.
That's prejudice. That's straight prejudice. Imagine if I had said that. But I'm like, well, I mean, yes, Jamaicans and Ethiopians aren't this.
You're taking the video away from what it's supposed to be.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, so as a subject, we're going to be doing growing up white versus growing up African, and we're just going to be talking about something. It's going to be like a question and answer kind of vibe. But before we get into that, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, guys. I'm on a mission to get to 2K before the end of the year. I'm putting it out there.
Wow, that's ambitious.
I'm putting it out there on YouTube now, and I feel nervous putting it. So guys, help me get to 2,000 subscribers. I'm at 1,600 now. So yeah, anyway, let's get into the video. Alright, so the first thing we're going to be talking about is punishment. So
wait, hang on. So we're talking about growing up white, right?
Versus growing up African. Like, how would your parents react to you in this situation? So again,
well, but hang on. I feel like there's context here because I feel like my upbringing was kind of weird.
In what way?
I was sort of a hybrid. Like everybody think no, but seriously, everybody
hybrid.
Thinks, wait, hear me out. Hear me out. Let me.
Okay. All right.
So you totally threw me off.
Okay, sorry.
So everybody for some reason thinks I'm like a city boy. Like I grew up not in like a big city like Toronto or something.
Yeah.
But everybody always thinks when I tell people I grew up basically on a farm, people always laugh. You laughed when I said that. I was like, I don't understand. I had pigs. I had chickens. We had horses. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, but when I think of farm, please, nobody should hate me. I think about, yo, I'm from...
Well, exactly, but that's my point.
People might trying to do a southern accent is really horrible.
You think everybody... No, but my point is like, there's I think at least in Canada, well, especially where I'm from, there's a distinct difference between the people that grew up like in rural Canada and like suburban or urban Canada. Okay. And I was sort of on the knife's edge where like we lived on just the outskirts of town.
Okay, babe. What I'm trying to say is, okay, because, I mean, obviously, since a couple years ago, I've met like lots of white people, like I've had more like white friends. But growing up, I'm pretty sure like there's some Nigerians who are watching me right now who would really agree with this. Growing up, like most times, the only like kind of way you can see like white people is like in movies and stuff like that, because obviously white people are not where we live. We live in a majority black country.
Yeah.
So for example, when you watch like white movies, those teenage movies, so bring it back to punishment.
Oh, so you want like a... Okay, I understand. So
yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
I thought you were asking like specifically about me, but you mean like in general? Like,
yeah, like in general, like when you watch like teenage movies and then the kid did something, the parents would be like, you are grounded.
Right, yes, I understand.
Go to your room.
Yeah.
So
yes.
What kind of punishments in general would you say you had if you did something, it doesn't matter what you did, like what would be like the severe punishment you would get from your parents?
Okay, well, I've personally, again, I've experienced a little bit of the whole spectrum. So I think the most common, well, I don't want to make generalizations like that, but I think the most common punishment would probably be, like some sort of relinquishment.
Oh wait, sorry, babe. Should we put a disclaimer before we went ahead, saying obviously we're talking about our experiences and not everybody's?
You should, because it feels like you always have to do that, because people are always like, not all! And I'm like, yeah, we're not talking about everybody.
We're talking about our experience.
My experience in Western Canada, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I think, at least like with my friends and with me personally and everybody I know, the most common like parental punishment would be some sort of like taking away of some privileges from you.
So like computer games and stuff?
Yeah, like computers, or you know, I remember the one time in high school, not university, in high school when I got suspended for a few days.
Yeah.
Like, my parents basically made me do a whole bunch of chores that I like wouldn't normally do. So basically for 2 days I was just like my mom's laborer. Like she gave me like a 5-hour workday. It was like, okay, well, you're not just gonna sit home and so stuff like that. But I think like taking away computer games, or taking away like, you know, not being able to go to your friend's house, or something like that. I don't know. And maybe you not going to soccer practice or something like taking away your fun stuff.
Yeah.
That being said, I mean, I not many times, and again, like my parents, I mean, they watch these videos, so you know, I'm not trying to throw shade, but there was at least once, not many times in my life. It was not common, like, of course, but at least once I did get a beating. Now, what I mean by beating is not a belt.
Okay, because
like that,
when you talk about beating, like us African kids, we have a different thing when it comes to beating.
Well, whatever. Physical punishment's physical punishment.
Yeah.
For the record, you shouldn't do any of that, by the way. Nobody in any culture should do any of that. The research is clear. It has been for 40 years. And if you say I was beaten, I turned out just fine, well, no, you didn't, because you think it's okay to hit kids. But that's okay. So, and now that that's out of the way, no, I think that would be like the most common punishment. Yeah, something like that.
Growing up African, growing up Nigerian, man, y'all know like the punishment. Like, if you do something bad at home, just know that you're going to get beat. That cane.
Yeah, did it work?
We're not talking about if it worked today. We're just talking about what happened to us, okay? That cane is waiting for you. Oh my God. Punishment back home. I wish we had you're grounded or do this chore.
I don't think you do.
Or
no, I disagree. Because I've heard you talk about like things like when you're like, oh yeah, I got hit and whatever, but like, you know what, it's sort of like you just hold your hand out and you get whipped a few times and that's it. I don't think you would, I think, knowing who you are now, if I was like, okay, I'm gonna slap your hand with a belt a few times or spank your ass, or I'm gonna take like your phone for 2 weeks.
He's gonna spank my ass.
Oh wow! Whoops, I walked right into that. Jesus. Speaking of parents watching videos, sorry everybody. What was I talking about? I totally
don't know. You're talking about spanking my ass.
Right? Yeah,
God, my laugh is so terrible.
No, it's wonderful.
Okay.
No, but I don't know. I think you guys have this assumption that like, oh, white people don't get beaten up, so like they don't know what it's like.
Well, y'all don't get beaten up though, man.
Okay,
like,
that's just not true.
How many? Okay, regardless of not regardless. We know like hitting your child is not like the best form of punishment.
It's the worst form of punishment. Let's be clear about that.
Okay, we know that. But how many times did you get beat in your whole lifetime?
Less than 5.
See what I'm saying?
Right, but when you talk about getting beat, you have this like camaraderie thing where you guys are like, oh man, you know, you knew with that cane, man. But what I find interesting about it is all of you blacks. No, I don't mean it like that. All of like the Africans I know specifically that talk about getting beat.
Yeah.
All of you sort of sweep it away like, it was just like a part of life. You don't actually like talk about it like it affected you in any sort of way. Like it even seemed like a punishment. Whereas like, sure, getting spanked hurts, but you know what really sucks? When you get your favorite thing when you're like a 12-year-old kid and you're like the only kid on the playground without this toy or whatever because you got to take it away for like 2 weeks and you basically can't have fun for 2 weeks with your friends. I personally think it was brutal.
Okay, different upbringing, obviously, different style of punishment, different ways we say. I think we could go on the round.
Yeah, we could. Let's go on to number 2.
Yeah, let's go on to number 2. Number 2, again, when you watch Hollywood movies and the mom is like, go to your room, and the kid will be like, shut up, mom, fuck you, mom.
Okay, let's talk about that. No. Okay, so this is like, I feel like I can already tell, knowing my family, my parents are already like, ugh, because we talked about the first one. Okay, something my parents did really, really, really well that I hope I will instill in my children because it made me objectively a better person. And as a teacher now, I see kids that don't have this, and it is incredibly frustrating. Is my parents instilled in me at a very young age, like I'm talking like 3, the idea that like respect for your elders, but also like your parents especially, and like your relatives is like of utmost importance. Like, I don't think I talk back. Now, again, okay, every kid can be a like smarmy little bitch. So I'm not gonna sit here and say I never talked back to my parents. But I would, oh my God, if I was like 14 and my mom was like, hey, you're grounded, and I was like, fuck you, Mom, you don't know me, I wouldn't be sitting in this chair. I don't think. I would be a paraplegic or something.
As a Nigerian, like,
no.
You can't even think of it. Like, if you're thinking about talking back to your parents, they already know you're thinking about it, and you're gonna get smacked just for thinking about it. No, there is no room at all in any scenario. Like, think of all the scenarios in your head. There is no room to talk back to your parents. Don't do it.
But you did it.
I talk back to them in my mind, but I never talk back to them out.
Ever?
I'll never ever talk back to my parents.
Never.
Never ever in my life.
Okay.
Ever.
Okay.
I'm 27. I've
never
talked back to my parents. In my mind, I can be like, this thing that you're doing there.
Well, hang on. But on that subject, what do you mean by talking back specifically?
Like,
because like, maybe my parents would disagree. I don't think I ever just like called my parents names.
No, like saying, obviously saying like insulting your parents is the extreme. So for example, your parents are like scolding you for doing something, and then you try to defend yourself in a way that, before I say that, let me say something again. African parents, if you even try to defend yourself, it's talking back to them. So I don't even, there is no line between defending yourself and talking back to them. They see it as talking back. So there was no defending of self, there was no talking back in any scenario. But now, though, once in a while, I disagree with my mom when she says some kind of thing, but I do it in a way that she doesn't think I'm like talking back at her and stuff like that.
Okay.
But no, there was, you can't talk back to your parents. Like, they're not born you well. Like, it's like you want to go and meet your creator that day. You want to go to heaven. It's like your time on earth has expired and you are done with life. You just want to die.
So yeah, that's the long answer.
Okay, third thing is dating. At what age were you allowed to start dating?
So that one, again, I think my experience was a little different. My parents were always pretty chill with that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really have a rebellious statement as a kid. At least I don't think I did. Until really college was when I started sort of being like, I'm gonna stay out all night, and like I didn't do that stuff in high school really.
Yeah.
Like I'd have sleepovers with my friends, but I didn't really like party. Like a lot of other kids, like I didn't drink until.
You're actually jumping into the next question. But
the reason I'm saying that is because like obviously like partying and socializing and like dating all go kind of hand in hand, right? So I didn't really do a lot of that. Like my first girlfriend, I was like, I think we met when I was 16. No, we didn't start dating till I was 17. My parents were always really chill about it.
Yeah.
They didn't really. It was like, oh, this girl you like? Okay, well, that's cool. Like,
so just in general, 16, your parents were okay with you dating? Yes,
but again, I'm a boy. That's a totally different. Not only are we culturally different, but our sex is different. Women always experience the worst end of that stick in every culture, where it's like, you can't date until you're 30 because I'm a weird patriarchal nerd.
Again, please, like instances to Hollywood movies.
Oh, so well, stop!
Correct me if I'm wrong. You see them like in high school films, they're dating at 16, and the parents know, and they're going to prom and all that. 16 years old Nigerian girl, what is boyfriend that you want to talk about to? You're like, mommy, I won't go.
Well, no, but hang on. Dating somebody and having open conversations about dating and sex with your parents.
No, not talking about open conversation. Like your parents just knowing in general that you're dating someone. No, you can't. You can't have a boyfriend.
Yeah,
Why?
but I bet you boys in your culture can at that same age. Can't they?
I mean, yeah.
So I don't think it's much different in Canada. If I had been a 16-year-old girl, I'm sure my experience would. Well, I mean, all my experiences would have been different. But that's just a patriarchal thing that we have to get over,
I guess.
But no, I mean, I think most I think maybe that stereotype's a little bit true. Most people.
Yeah, well, because back home, regardless, even if as a boy, your parents would maybe not pay, like, give it too much attention on like the girls. Your parents will still tell you not to date. Like your parents will not 100% be like, okay, you have a boyfriend, okay. You know, stuff like that, or you have a girlfriend as a boy, okay. They will still tell you, if you get that girl pregnant, you will take care of the girl. You will do. You understand? The same thing girls get. So
but we get that too. There was a lot of like, I remember in school we had this class where we talked about, I don't even know what the theme was supposed to be, but we basically ended up talking about sex and dating, and it was so silly because the whole class was more about scaring us into not having sex, rather than teaching us how to do it properly and safely and respectfully. And it was just so dumb because I remember all of us sitting there and they're like, so like, why do you guys like want to have sex? And we're like, why does anybody want to have sex? What are you talking about? We're red-blooded mammals. Like we're apes. All apes want to do is bang. Like
language.
I said bang. What? Which part of that was bad? Apes or bang? We are apes. We're animals.
Okay. Let's move on to the last one. Okay, because I don't want this video to be long and I feel like it's already getting really long.
We've gone on like 100 tangents.
Last one, which is something you already touched on.
Okay.
Going out and curfews. I'm gonna start. Back home, where are you going to? Should be that your friend that you want to go and visit cannot come and visit you. You're always going to your friend's house. How many times has that your friend come to your house? That's my mom. This is my mom. Like, mommy, I want to go to my friend's house. That your friend that you want to go and visit. How many times has she come and visit you in your house? You're always going there, always going there. That being said, my mom were not strict when it came to going out. I would say I had it differently from like my other friends, because I know I had friends that their parents, immediately they come back from school, you're not going outside to do anything. You're in the house till the next day you're going to school. My parents were like kind of not strict. They really let us go out, but we did have like time to come back. And the time to come back is make sure you come back before your father gets home. Because if your daddy gets home before you, you're on your own. All right. How about you?
I think most people had some semblance of a curfew, but again, I think my experience was different. Like, my brother and sister were a little more rebellious at a younger age, so they definitely, when they lived with us, they definitely had some form of curfew. Like, my mom would be like, be back by midnight or whatever.
Midnight?
Well, what are we talking about?
At what age? At what age are you coming back at midnight?
I don't know, like 17? I don't know for sure. Look, I was like 10, so I don't know. What I'm saying is
midnight.
Maybe it was earlier. I don't know. Don't take that number as like a hard number.
No, but I'm just even saying.
But my point is,
my curfew was before your daddy comes back, and before your daddy 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock is even too late. 5 o'clock. Make sure you're in the house. 5 in the evening.
Okay. Well, regardless, me personally, I never gave my parents really a reason to have like a hard curfew again. So when I was like a teenager, if I was like, hey, I'm gonna go to this thing, they would be like, okay, well.
Okay, what I actually want to get in general from this question was, I just wanted to know like how free with you in general, like when you tell your parents I'm going out, like just how free with your parents are with you.
Well, they were pretty chill. I mean, again, I didn't really like give my parents a reason to have like hard curfews or whatever, but definitely when I was younger, like I didn't live like close to my friends, so I couldn't just like walk outside after school and like bike to their house, right? So I always had to like make plans, which is a source of irritation for me as a growing up. I mean, that's just geography, but that was always annoying because like a lot of my friends could just like get off school and like walk outside and they're right next door as their neighbor, right? But no, but like when I got a little older, really through high school, they didn't really give me a curfew that was like hard. It was mostly just like, okay, like 1 o'clock you need to be home. But like if I rolled in at 12:30, they would still be like, what are you doing out so late?
I'm so jealous.
No, you're misunderstanding me. I'm not saying I could stay out until 1. I'm saying that was like hey, so if you're here after 1 o'clock in the morning, we're upset. 1 o'clock was like, But usually I would be home, I would say probably, like 10:30, 11. But I didn't really party, and when I started partying, I was already in college, and at that point, my parents were basically like, "Look, you're an adult, so
when you're
figure it out."
University, nobody cares anymore.
So no, but I think I don't know. I think there's a lot more similarities than you think. I think you're stereotyping based on like
Hollywood
rom-coms, which don't accurately depict anything in Western life. But no, I was definitely, compared to a lot of kids, I had a lot of freedoms in some ways, and I had a lot of restrictions in other ways. I think every family is different that way where I'm from. Which maybe that's the takeaway, that like Nigerian parents are much more like, you can speak of Nigerian parents as like a homogenous group.
Yeah.
Whereas like I don't know, I don't think you can do that with Canadian parents very much.
And at least I can 100% say like 99% of Nigerian parents, it's kind of, they're all kind of the same. So
yeah. Whereas like I knew kids that were like basically went home after school and didn't leave their house. They weren't allowed to date. They weren't allowed to visit. They weren't allowed to spend time with people of the opposite sex. I know people on that end. And then I know kids on the other end of the spectrum that were just like, you can't control me, I do what I want. Those insufferable dickheads that nobody in any society likes. I knew people like that too, and I think the truth is probably somewhere in the middle, depending on whose family, like I said, I had a lot of freedoms, but I think there's an incentive in like at least in Western Canada, that like, it depends what kind of kid you are. Right? Like, if you're the type of kid that gets in trouble a lot, you're gonna have a fucking curfew. If you're the type of kid that's like, pretty much like sticks to their word and kind of does what they're told, then you're gonna have a lot more freedoms in a lot more ways, right? So it's like, I don't know. Anyway, guys, there you have it. Us talking about our different experiences growing up as a Northern American Canadian white male. That was just so extra. There's a lot of scripted. I don't know why. They know who I am. And as a Western African Nigerian black female. Tell them your blood type too. They need that information. Anyway, guys, we hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe, and help me get to 2K by the end of the year. Papa wants to retire by 35. So if we hit like 3,000 subs, I can quit my job. That's it. We're done. Then we can leave off YouTube. That's right. Okay, bye, guys. For all $8 a month. Woo!